Before we get into it, let me tell you what this week's Try It is all about because it's a really good one. So, if you're in the situation where traffic has completely slowed down, or maybe it has come to a screeching halt, then this is about outreach marketing, but we're going to get very specific. Now, the principles that I'm going to share today, they'll work with any demographic, but today we're going to talk about medical outreach. Now, to make it super easy, the Spark resource inside this month's kit that goes with this episode is a customizable outreach marketing flyer specifically for medical professionals. This flyer is Canva compatible, so what's great about it is you can tailor it for dentists, doctors, nurses, even techs, or really any medical role. I like to really expand this out. You can even think about plastic surgeons or med centers or anything like that. Those are really great. Now, you can grab these resources at sparkwithsprout.com and then come right back to the episode because I want to walk you through how to actually use this and how to do this. Let's talk about the moment that we're in. If traffic has come to a screeching halt, the worst thing that you can do is freeze or just simply jump into doing absolutely everything and just discounting everything. This is actually the perfect time to widen your marketing approach and to get in the neighborhood. Sometimes we have to remind those that are like right in our area how great our apartment community is. So here's something important to understand about medical outreach. It isn't just about one thing. Recently, we did this outreach campaign for a client in the Houston, Texas market, and it was predominantly medical. So all the tips that I'm sharing are ones that have been tried recently. We modified them, and literally we visited probably 40 medical different centers and locations in just a couple of days. So sometimes what happens is you run into someone who's actively looking to lease. This happened to us many times. We'd literally go to the reception and a girl would come up or a guy and would say, "Oh my goodness, I'm literally looking for an apartment right now. My lease is up soon." That happened probably 5 or 6 times. Sometimes you actually connect with an office manager or an HR director. This happened to me when I was going up the elevator and the lady asked me where I was going. And I said, "I'm actually trying to find the HR department." And she said, "Oh, I'm the HR director. How can I help you?" She took me up to the second floor. We ended up having a great conversation. I gave her all our marketing materials. So it was just a happenstance chance. A lot of times, though, I specifically asked for the HR department. Sometimes you can get in, sometimes you can't, but at least you're making an effort. So sometimes the reason that we go is just to show up at a local business and introduce ourselves as a neighboring business and stay visible. All of these three outcomes matter. So when you're going out and you're doing outreach marketing, remember that it's not just to get leases. It's a very cohesive plan that's giving you a ton of different opportunities to form relationships, find people that are leasing now, people that potentially want to lease later. Now, the calendar is your secret weapon. Sometimes there's days of the month that really work in your favor. And oftentimes we get stuck. We're trying to wait for the very perfect time to go outreach marketing, but sometimes things just align. So March is great for medical outreach. It's literally handed us a gift because we have Dentist Day on March 6th and Doctor's Day on March 30th. Now this changes every year. I think Doctor's Day stays the same, but you want to update this regularly and just double check. But this year, that's when those dates fall. This gives you a great reason to show up. It gives you a reason to bring in a little goodie, and it gives you a reason to restart a relationship that maybe's gone cold. Maybe you did have a preferred employer partnership, but you haven't been in a while, or your new management. So let's address the awkwardness. A lot of times the reason people don't do outreach marketing is because they feel awkward, and I did too. So being fully transparent, I love to talk to people. And the first few locations I went to, I stumbled across my words. But after the second or third, I was really polished and I was really comfortable. So what you're doing is you're not just selling the apartment, you're selling convenience, but more than anything, you're coming in to just introduce yourself. And remember, medical professionals, they have demanding schedules. It's a stressful job. So they're going to care about things like being close to work. They want to have a quiet place to land and easy access to fitness, coffee, groceries. So you have something to offer. Don't forget that when you walk in the door. And that's exactly what your outreach flyers should focus on. So not every outreach is going to result in a win. Sometimes the win is a lease. Sometimes it's going to be, like I said, a relationship with the right person. Sometimes it's just staying top of the mind. Sometimes the win is creating content for your social media, taking videos while you're out and then tagging a location later. So if nobody you meet that day needs housing, just remember on social, your future prospects are watching. So when you post something about supporting the medical professionals and you tag those local offices, when you highlight any preferred employer perks or discounts that you have, you're showing that your team is active and you're staying top of the mind. So I sometimes talk to teams and they'll say, oh, we've posted on social about our medical outreach, our medical preferred employer. And I'll ask, like, when did you do that? Oh, about 4 or 5 months ago. And I remind them that only about 3 to 6% of your social media content actually gets seen the first time around. So repost it or post something new again. Don't feel bad if you're posting about it every couple of weeks or even every week about it. As long as you switch things up a little bit, keep that content fresh. So this is why a very simple customized outreach marketing flyer is going to help you. It gives you something professional to leave behind when you're there, but then it's also something that you can use as a digital version to actually share with your prospect. When I walk in the door, I typically want to start with the goodies. This is what I found to work. I'll walk in and I'll say, hey, I'm Barbara. I'm actually your neighbor from Sprout Apartments. We're on such and such road, but today I wanted to just come bring goodies and introduce myself. I'll say, hey, I'm Barbara. I'm just bringing some goodies to our friends in the neighborhood. That usually takes down any defense because right when you walk in, if you're not a client or a patient, they're going to know it. So they get to what do you need? The quicker you can just disarm them with that, the better. From there, I say, we're an apartment community in the area. We love working with medical professionals. We offer such and such preferred employer discount or perk. And I just wanted to drop off some materials and again, introduce myself. I would love for you guys to come by, but if you can leave this in your break area or share it with the rest of the team, that would be amazing. I have never had anyone turn us away, not once. We would go to nurses' stations and take little goodies with labels on them. Cookie trays work great. And then leaving little stacks of flyers, either full page or quarter page, with your big medical discount featured front and center. So, your try it this week is to actually take action on this. So, download the medical outreach flyer that you get inside of your Spark resource kit. Again, if you don't have access to that, you can go to sparkwithsprout.com. Pick one medical office or hospital nearby and use dentist day or doctor's day as your reason to go in. Especially if you go on this day, you can say, I'm bringing some goodies to celebrate Doctor's Day. I know that you all, even if it's not the doctors, everyone that supports doctors works hard, and we wanted to just say thank you. Bring something small and thoughtful. Like I said, trays from your grocery store of cookies or Costco or Sam's are very inexpensive. We were buying trays for $5 to $10. And again, this works really well when you're going to a location that has a break room that might have a lot of employees. Capture a little content while you're out if you can, taking a video walking into a medical center, take note of the name, always take great notes. This gives you a reason to follow up. Grab a business card. That way you can email afterwards and say, hey, I'm Barbara. I stopped by yesterday, left some goodies. I wanted you to have my contact information handy. I've also attached a digital version of that flyer. If you want to share it in an employee newsletter or anywhere else, I just want you to be in contact if you have any other questions. This is such a simple way. So you're not just leasing for today, you're actually planting seeds, and that's what it's all about. It's little seeds of marketing that will sprout throughout the year. So when traffic is slow, we sometimes get desperate, and the answer isn't automatically deeper discounts. Many times it is about broadening our net of prospects. The answer is showing up, being human, making real face-to-face connections, and letting people see that you care. That is outreach done right. So friend, I hope this try it serves to help you not only draw in traffic, but draw in qualified traffic. Try it. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your results. Tag me anywhere on social at Sprout Marketing, and I'll see you for next week's Try It episode.